I am also thinking about bringing back just a solo episode. I don't even know if it'll be called a podcast. I might just make it YouTube videos. I had this idea. I don't know if I talked about it before. Therabri, like I said, a therapy, Therabri. I feel like this has turned into the funny silly pod, which is so fun, and it's like the highlight of my week, being able to be funny and silly and just like let loose. But I feel like I'm missing like that fulfilling feeling of helping you guys and like giving you advice and just like having real conversations with you.
I'm gonna put the shrimp down. Chugga chugga chugga, here it come, choo choo. I'm gonna put the shrimp down. Now that I have a free hand, I can speak freely about Mr. Jowsey.
Like, it's crazy. Like, we're watching, like, in real time, like, their friendship. And maybe it's not. Maybe, like, I'm just too online and just reading into this. But I feel like the vibes recently, since Bree's been with Zach, little off.
Hello and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers. Today's suspect, Brianna Chickenfry, being a fake girl's girl and throwing her career away for her boyfriend. Should I say C-list? I'm Chief Coconut, and today I am joined by Detective Doodleberry. Let's get into it. Are you gonna start us off? Alright, y'all. So, basically what's going on right now in the Brianna Chickenfry world, or Brianna La Paglaya, whatever the fuck her last name is that she's trying to go by.
Literally.
So, Miss Chickenfry...
She'll always be chicken fry. Always.
As we all know, she's been dating Zach Bryan. That's his name, right? Yeah. Zach Bryan, the country singer. And if you're a country fan, I know he's big in the country world, so don't come for us. We just don't really listen to that, but...
Nope.
Anywho, so essentially Zach Bryan has been on tour, and I guess the tour has kind of been like this off and on tour where the legs are kind of shorter, but... Long story short, Brianna has been going on tour with Zach, aka her boyfriend. So every time that he's on tour, on the tour bus, she's with him. With that being said, her and Grace usually film their podcast at the Barstool... They usually film the podcast at the Barstool Studios in New York. And Brie hasn't filmed in the studio in weeks. I can't even really remember the last time they filmed together in that studio. And so the people in the comments of their YouTube have just been popping the fuck off. Like, on the Plan Brie, like, podcast shit. The people in the comments on Plan Brie have been fucking coming for Brie. And basically saying that she's basically throwing away her career for her boyfriend and that she's not a girl's girl. And... a lot of people are saying that they think that she's just friends with Grace just to make herself look better, basically. And people are just not having it. People are saying that how is she just not going to be in this, like, studio making podcasts? Like, this is her fucking job. This is her only job, just to sit down and talk for, like, an hour. And she's just on tour with her boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed, I've been watching them for kind of a while. I don't watch that closely anymore, but... she really has been, like, just with Zach Bryan. Oh, bless you.
Thanks, I'm blessed.
She's just been... she's been heavily with her man. Like, it's really crazy. And recently people think that maybe Grace and Brie got in some kind of fight. And this all really started because of this recent podcast episode where... Grace was interviewing this girl. What the fuck was her name?
Didn't they interview two people and Brie was not there for any of them?
She was basically just like over the phone, like
the
Zooming.
one comedian girl.
The one blonde comedian girl. I forget her name, but basically, like, Grace was actually in the studio with this woman. And Brie was just over the phone while they were doing it, but Brie barely spoke.
Said nothing, really.
And the rest of the podcast was not even Grace and Brie like talking like normally over the phone. It was them giving like life updates and about themselves. Like, it was really fucking weird. It was some shit that we had never seen before on this podcast. So everybody in the comments was going crazy and just calling out Brie and coming for her and basically saying the show should be Plan G. And Grace carries the fucking podcast. Like, she does all the ad reads. She's the only one like showing up to the studio, interviewing the guests in person, you know, putting an effort for this whole podcast, and her name isn't even included in the fucking title. Like, it can't even just be like Plan Brie and Grace or like with Grace, like, or you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just so crazy to me.
I know, like, it should really at this point be Plan G, but honestly, like, when Grace joined the podcast,
they should have changed the name.
They should have changed the name. It's not Plan Brie anymore, bitch. Like, it should be Plan B and
she's
G.
She's doing nothing to further this Plan Brie brand anymore.
Nope.
She's completely changed her image, basically, or tried to. When she got with this man, she's a lot more less chaotic and, you know, drunk online, but that was her whole thing. Like, sleep when you're dead, you know what I mean? Like, we made a whole fucking video on it. And now she's acting like this totally different person, and I don't really see her doing anything to, like, I don't know, you know, it feels like she's kind of just not focusing on her own career.
I'm gonna plug our shit
She's
for a
falling off.
sec. We made this whole exposing video on Brianna Chickenfry, 3-hour long, baby. That covers like her entire career up until like this point. So go check that out, okay, bitch? Because we spilled some fucking tea. But she definitely has not been doing anything to further her own career ever since she started dating this man. And it kind of seems like, to me, she's only going on tour with this man to make sure he doesn't cheat on her.
I know, right? Like, It feels so weird. Yeah. And when I see their little interactions here and there from clips or whatever on TikTok, she doesn't seem like that happy with him. Like, she puts on this weird front of like toughness. I'm like, I don't know if that's just for the camera, but I remember the unfollowing when he unfollowed her.
And Grace and every single association of hers, the podcast.
Yeah, y'all. There was a moment where Zach Bryan literally unfollowed Brie, Grace, BFF's podcast when she was at, like, what award show was that?
The Oscars?
She was at some award show. I think the Golden Globes or some shit.
I'm sorry, guys. There's AC on now, but unless you want me to pass out, it's gonna be like this. The unfollowing shit.
So there's just been some weird shady shit while these people have been dating, honestly.
And then there was that one rumor.
What rumor?
That he cheated on her and, like, had an STD and stuff.
Oh, that was majorly debunked. That was so debunked.
I know, but I'm just saying it, like, caused, like, tension.
I don't think that caused any tension, but...
Okay, maybe this AC's too loud.
I just think that also, you know, he's had allegations from his past relationships. A lot of people don't think this guy is the best boyfriend. And... I don't know, it feels a little toxic to me. I really think she is kind of just giving up her career a little bit, or just she's a lot less focused on it seems like. And she was invited on a few brand trips. I know she was invited to the Tarte brand trip, and she didn't go, and Grace went, and, like, everybody loved Grace on the brand trip, you know what I mean? Like, Grace is getting a lot of attention right now, and I really think she should capitalize on this shit and pop off, because seriously, like, she is funny, she is humble, like, she is real. She's what the people are looking for right now. And, you know, Brie was trying to be that at first, and as soon as she really got a little bit of money, it seems like she really, in my opinion, allegedly just kind of let it all get to her head. And she got a lot of plastic surgery.
A lot.
You know, she finally got this A-list boyfriend, and she's...
C-list.
A lot of people are just, you know, they're calling her out. They're not fucking with this new vibe of hers. And the fact that she can't even show up to her own podcast to interview people... It's just embarrassing, and it's called Plan Brie. Like, you're not even there. You're just like, oh, I'm on tour with Zach. Like, just backstage on a show. Like, oh, it's like I can't even do my job. Like, being an influencer is so hard. Like, you have no idea. Like,
And
shut
it's
the fuck up.
Hold on, let me like just call into my work for like 30
what,
minutes.
Seriously, like, how hard is it to just like apparently get on a Zoom call while you're on tour with your boyfriend? Like, cry me a fucking river, bitch.
And apparently, like, while she's on these Zoom calls, the connection's not good. People can, like, barely hear what she's saying.
And y'all, I wanted to make a video about this, like, a month or two ago. I had a feeling that this was going to happen. As soon as this bitch said on BFF's podcast that she was going to go on tour with Zach Bryan, and I seen this episode of her on BFF's where the connection was shitty, and everybody on the episode was getting pissed off because, you know, she's on a tour bus, like, it's just kind of unprofessional.
So unprofessional.
Long story short, I wanted to make a fucking video on this before because I had a feeling that this was going to flop her career. Her not being in the studio with Grace, like, it's giving flop. It's giving you're doing too much for your man. You should be capitalizing on, like, the peak of your career, and you're not.
Well, the peak of your career is no more. Because
100%.
she literally just let that shit fly. Like, now her career is in a downward trajectory and it's probably going to continue. She really thinks because she was second-hand invited to sit at, like, an award show that she's, like, a hot shit. No, bitch. You're second-hand invited because of your C-list boyfriend. Like, pull your shit together, bitch. And also, like, trying to change your image. We can never forget those drunken moments and, like, you being a total shithead on the internet. Like, I will never forget that. You're a terrible influence to young women.
Ooh, wow, okay. All right,
And
then.
the plastic surgery is crazy. Are you Michael Jackson? You're looking like Michael Jackson. You're looking crazy, girl.
I don't think she looks that bad, but...
Okay. All I'm going to say is, if she continues, she's clearly addicted. She's going to look like Michael Jackson.
Well, she's obviously insecure and, like, to each their own. I mean, whatever. It's just not the point. The point is, like, she has this friend who is clearly carrying their show at this point, going on the brand trips, being the only one that's out there really making content. Like, she interviewed the Dance Moms girls.
She did?
Yeah, she did. She was hanging out with them.
Didn't she also hang out with JoJo?
Yeah, she was hanging out with JoJo Siwa in New York. You know, she's
doing the damn
She's out
thing.
here, like, really putting her name out there. She's been on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and
She's going to open for Whitney Cummings.
I know. She's
That's, yeah,
really
wow.
doing the damn
She's doing the damn thing, yeah.
And, you know, good for her, honestly, and it just is what it is, but this might just be the downfall of Brianna. I really think she needs to leave this man and, like, focus on herself.
I know, she really needs to leave this,
It's like, what do you think is gonna happen to you,
man
bitch?
baby.
Do you really fucking think, bitch, that, what, this man's gonna stay with you forever and marry you and just, like, make you this, like, country housewife? Like, I really don't think so, no offense, but, like, be so fucking for real. He has already had girlfriends that he's been with for, like, 10 years or some crazy shit, and he didn't even wife them up. I'm pretty sure he was married at one point, actually, and then...
What?
Yes, and then cheated, and...
Oh, God.
Y'all, like, please.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. That makes it even worse.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's
Holy
like,
shit.
I don't know what this girl's expecting out of being with Zach Bryan. It's just really
Her
random.
5 minutes of fame and,
But
like,
it's
a
like-
C-list
But
celebrity.
why him, though? Why would you want a country-esque fame, like, when you were in this totally different vibe?
Let me tell you. Because he's the first one
Well, yeah, true, yeah.
to
You got me there.
make it official with her. That was, like, the highest she's ever been with a man, you know?
100%.
When she got that little tasty taste.
She took it.
She took it.
Absolutely.
That is why. And she has a history of cheating on people she's dating. Always, what's that term? That's the term that she likes to use.
She's a homie hopper, but she's also, she's a serial dater.
She's a serial dater
But a serial
cheating
cheater.
and-
Like, she has overlapping relationships.
yeah, overlapping. And then,
Like Ariana Grande.
yeah, like Ariana Grande.
Like Ariana Grande.
Exactly like Ariana
She? Okay, hold the phone. She's giving Ariana Grande patterns here, people.
She is.
With the plastic surgery.
Yep.
All of a sudden she has money. She's acting way different.
Grande.
Has this whole different persona based on
Yep.
who she's dating.
Yep.
The first famous person. She's... Y'all...
The only difference is Ariana has talent.
I was just gonna say that.
There we go.
Just gonna say that. That's why Ariana can keep going farther and farther and farther, but I don't think Brianna Chickenfry.
She doesn't have any talent.
It's like, what? You just post a couple TikToks a day, go on a couple podcasts a week for an hour, like, and you're crying boo-hoo online. I'm sick of these influencer ass hoes.
I'm so sick of them, you guys.
You don't know the real grind and the real day-to-day of fucking people.
No,
Okay,
they don't.
like paycheck to paycheck type shit, bitch. You don't fucking know.
I'm like, oh, did you like call in for 30 minutes and make thousands? Like, you're a fucking joke.
And I want to know what is in this Barstool contract.
I
Like,
want to know too.
how does she not have to go to the studio a certain amount of times? Like, I get if she missed like a few times, like, sure, whatever. But like at a certain point, shouldn't she have to be in this fucking studio? You know what I mean? It's really weird.
I mean, they're not at the studio for the fucking best BFF one.
I mean, I get that, but that's always been that way because the three of them live in different areas.
So they're probably like chill with that format. They don't think you have to be in the studio.
But it's not the same for like Plan Brie. Like they've always been in the studio. I don't know, dude.
They probably think they're so fucking important that they could do whatever
I don't know why they
want.
would think that, because their view count is so fucking low, and I know that's fucking crazy for me to say, like, judging by our account. But I don't give a fuck. Coming from a fan perspective of influencers or whatever the fuck, their view count is low as fuck, okay?
I'm gonna tell you something about their view
Their
count.
growth is also, like, non-existent. I think it's declining.
We sometimes get the same amount of views as them, and we have 500 subscribers, so...
Okay, I don't think we've ever gotten...
Yeah, we have. There's some of their videos that get, like...
30,000?
No, I'm not talking about the main videos. I'm just talking about, like, the little videos. Like, they'll get, like, 400, 1,000, like, 2,000.
Okay, well, they're getting more than that, dude.
For their main one, yeah. But their little clips, we get the same.
I guess, but yeah, I don't know, y'all. It's just kind of floppy, and it's like,
flopping.
If you really wanted your shit to pop off, you should probably put some energy into it. And not just go on tour with your boyfriend.
Well, everyone's saying that, like, Grace needs her own fucking podcast. And I'm wondering, how long is her contract with this stupid podcast? Like, she needs to get away
I so agree. Like, she, in my opinion, is the only reason I even consider watching any of their content. Because she's fucking funny and she's real. And she has personality, like, and she's not afraid to just be herself. And when you watch Brie, like, you can tell, like, she kind of holds herself back. She's not really being super authentic.
No.
And I'm tired of watching these non-authentic people. Like, just be your fucking self. I want to see that shit, you know? And that's Grace. She's just that bitch.
And Brianna Chickenfry looks like she's on Ozempic. I'm just gonna say, she looks like she's on Ozempic, y'all. Another thing to add to her.
Damn, Mom.
Well, let's read some of the comments from their recent podcasts. So on their most recent podcast, some of the comments go as follows. The chemistry between you guys is gone. ...
Oof. I couldn't agree more, though. And it's because of what I just said, I feel like. Because now Brie is trying so hard to, like, make this image of herself. She watches what she says, you know. And then it's just Grace giving all the energy, all the funny stories, you know. She's carrying the whole fucking podcast.
Yup. Then another one says, petition for Grace to start a solo pod. Brie not knowing about Grace's show is telling enough. I don't know what show they're referring to, but...
Damn.
Another one reads, the lack of acknowledgement and excitement when Grace mentioned her 2 upcoming shows... ...
Exactly. That's why I feel like they're fighting.
Then another one says, oof, the awkwardness is too real. Grace, we love you. Oh my god. One reads, Grace looks like she's being held hostage. Gracie girl, we love you.
Oh my god. That is crazy.
One reads, I think the awkwardness started when Zach unfollowed Grace, Brie, and all of her podcasts, and all Brie said about it was nothing.
Okay, stop right there. Yes. I seriously couldn't agree more with this fucking comment. Ever since that situation of the unfollowing, everything about Brianna and Grace and BFFs and everything, like, just with Brie, is so different. Like, she refused to acknowledge that to this day, which in itself is so telling. I mean, what would you even say? How could you even explain that, honestly? But still, I don't know. I'm not saying anything at all is telling. It's just like, this girl must be in this weird relationship with this man. And she's exhibiting all the behaviors.
Very weird. One comment reads, Grace looks so uncomfortable. Brie is trying to play up their friendship after Tuesday episode's comments. Brie is so fake, lol. Oh, one reads, Brie needs to come back to New York. First of all, her mic always ends up sounding like shit. And second of all, there's no chemistry because she's been gone for so long. I feel so bad for Grace.
Exactly. And I was just watching like a clip from a new BFF's podcast, and I don't think it's come out yet, but she was saying how she like lives in this house now, and I'm like, is this house not in New York? Like, what is going on with this girl? You know what I mean? Like, you're really just following your boyfriend around everywhere.
She's that bitch that will drop everyone she knows, every friend she has for this dumbass dude.
I know, seriously, it's like, girl, you should be on tour for your own self. Like, you should be doing something for your own brand, not just following this man around. Like, you're not big enough to just be cruising with this man.
Exactly.
And this man is gonna fucking drop you.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Like, he might be a B-lister, C-lister, but he could definitely pull somebody, like, bigger and better. I can promise you that. I agree. It's just a matter of time, honestly. So, Brianna Chickenfry, count your blessings, girl.
Count your blessings, white girl. Because you just got lucky.
White girl. Because you just got lucky.
Okay. One of the comments says, when the co-hosts hate each other, but the podcast is too successful to quit. I'm like, it's not that successful. Though. It's really not. And it
would be hella tea, though, if they, like, got in a fight and quit, though. Like, that would be some fucking tea. But, yeah, I don't know. They're not, like, successful to the point of, like, they have to put on a front. Like, it's not like this is Sweet Life on Zack and Cody or something. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not that important.
Majority of the comments are just how Grace is, like, dope, Brie's irrelevant, and everyone wants Grace to start her own podcast. Like,
of course people are gonna think that, though, because, like I said, like, Grace has been putting herself out there recently and getting a lot of attention by doing that, and Brie has not been doing that. The only attention that Brie has been getting is just for being Zach Bryan's girlfriend. Like, at this point, that's all she's known for.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally all she's known for. And I think she's definitely okay with it because she gets to be in these, like, elite spaces.
But she pretends like she's not just known for that. Like, I really don't understand her persona. It's irritating.
She pretends like she's big enough to not just be known for that, but in reality, she's not that big, and we all just know her for that at this point. 100%. And also, she doesn't do anything else to change that, and she puts no effort into her brand.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. And her old brand was just drinking, so, like, wow.
Yeah. And then I think she said in the episode, too, that when it was, like, you know, them talking just by themselves. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure she said something that, like, she wants to start some kind of, like, series, like, some therapist series or something. Like,
oh, people were saying that, like,
she wants to, like, give advice or something.
Yeah, people were dogging on her for that.
They were like, we don't want your fucking advice, bitch.
Yeah, people
like,
were saying
we do not want your advice. Like, we want Grace to make her own show.
People were saying the therapy was, like, the funny podcast that they used to deliver. That was people's therapies, and now it's like, we don't want your joke, like, therapy.
I know, like, our therapy was y'all just talking and being funny besties. And I don't know what the fuck happened to y'all.
One comment says, Brie not there for Nikki. Brie not there for Alexandra. Most importantly, Brie not there for Grace.
100%.
With a thumbs down. That almost has 1,000 likes.
Ooh, oh my god.
Yeah, people are just not, they're not for Brie right now. I'm like, can these people go look at our old Brie video and, like, give them some reviews? Because I worked really hard on that video, and so did you. That took me days to edit. So everyone, go check
I
out
had to
that
do
video,
so much
bitch. Show
research
us
on
some
that
love.
shit.
Show us some motherfucking love, bitch. Because that was hard work.
All right.
So what are your ending thoughts about all this?
Kind of just everything I've already said. That
Yeah.
this bitch, she was on like a positive trajectory, I would say, and then, you know, she got with this guy, and I think he's just so toxic and controlling to her
Mm-hmm.
that she kind of has no choice but to just give up her career, allegedly, in my opinion. Like, that's kind of just what I feel like is what's happening here. Like, she's having to be so reserved now because of this man for some reason that, like, inevitably it's just kind of ruining her career.
100%. And I really feel like she also just doesn't trust him because he has like a past of like cheating, and like he's on tour, like he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So she has to be there to watch him and make sure that he doesn't fuck around, or else her like meal ticket to C-list celebrity is gone, and she ruined her career for nothing. So she just has to follow this guy around like a puppy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's our thoughts. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. Please like the video. It helps boost the algorithm. Please hit that notification button so you never miss a video. And look out for memberships because that is coming soon. Break up with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because he's ruining your life.
Your career's in the toilet.
Yeah. You'll never be his wife.
You ain't country. You are a hoe.
Yeah.
Break up with your boyfriend. He looks like a baby man child. Boss baby.
Baby man. Subscribe.